Throughout history, dogs have had jobs. They help us work, travel, and save lives. And now, an elite group of search dogs are helping to save our wildlife. Conservation detection dogs have been rescued from shelters. They've been given a second chance, and now are working to protect our environment. They are locating rare animals, sniffing out invasive pests or weeds, and even stopping poachers involved in the brutal ivory trade. Everything has a scent that a dog can detect, so conservation dogs are working on an incredible variety of projects around the world.
I'm Amy Hurt. I'm a co-founder of Working Dogs for Conservation. As human populations grow and wild spaces shrink, every day more wildlife are in trouble. Conservationists need the best available tools, so demand for conservation detection dogs is increasing.
This is why Working Dogs for Conservation and the International Fund for Animal Welfare have teamed up to form Rescues to the Rescue. It's a program to help shelter workers identify a dog in their care that might excel as a conservation detection dog.
I'm going to tell you today about some exercises so you can evaluate dogs to see if they'd like to embark upon a career as a conservation detection dog.
We've created an online forum where shelters can connect with trainers and handlers who are looking for these dogs. We welcome people from other search disciplines to become part of Rescues to the Rescue.
There are differences between the disciplines, so this means if a dog doesn't work well for one, he might be great in another.
The more trainers and handlers who are part of the forum, the greater the chance that the shelter dogs evaluated will end up in a career best suited to them.
Our commitment to helping wildlife is matched by our concern for helping rescue dogs find well-suited homes.
Dogs who are strong candidates for our program are often described as intense, high energy, driven, and too much dog for the average pet owner. These are dogs who need to be given a job, or they will find one on their own. Frankly, these are the dogs who make you think this is going to be a hard one to home. The right candidate is almost always completely obsessed with a toy. We can use this obsession to teach a dog that if he solves a problem, then he can have this beloved toy as a reward. The toy becomes his paycheck. Physically, conservation dogs are usually medium in size, although there may be a niche for larger or smaller dogs. They're agile and 1 to 2 years of age. They are healthy, not timid, and not likely to respond aggressively to people or other dogs.
For dogs demonstrating these characteristics, I'm going to show you some exercises to conduct to see if she might be a strong candidate.
For this evaluation, it's okay that the shelter is busy and distracting, because it's a good sign if the dog can focus on the toy in this kind of environment. Your evaluation area should be fenced in and unfamiliar to the dog, but roomy enough to allow a game of fetch. Outside is best, because the ground has better traction than slick indoor floors, and there are more distracting scents. But we're going to show you that the tests can be done even in a small room.
Thank you. You're going to want 2 people to conduct the exercises. Yeah, this will work. One person who's unfamiliar with the dog to actually interact with the dog, and one person who can capture the data on either a paper score sheet or the electronic score sheet that you can get off of our website. You'll want 2 balls for conducting the exercises, or if you happen to know that the dog you're working with fancies another kind of toy, have that other kind of toy available. You'll want a flat collar or a rolled collar, tight enough around the dog's neck that it doesn't slip over his head. You'll need a leash for moving the dog in and out of the exercise area. You'll want a timer for the exercises that involve the dog doing something for a certain amount of time. You'll need a camera so you can record the exercises and then post that evaluation on the website with the dog. And finally, you'll want some water because we're going to be giving the dogs a little bit of exercise.
During intake, you noticed that this dog showed interest in a ball or other toy. Now we assess the degree and sustainability of interest. Get the dog's attention by showing the ball. Bouncing is a good idea. Throw the ball away from the dog, but where the dog can see it moving and see where it lands. Rolling or bouncing are good techniques. Do not verbally encourage the dog to retrieve the toy. Make sure the dog can see the toy being thrown and is not restrained, so that he can seek the toy immediately.
Out.
We want to see how keen the dog is to retrieve and hold the ball, but we don't want to enter into a struggle to get the ball back from the dog.
This is where the second ball comes in. If the dog doesn't want to give his ball back to you, then as he's approaching, throw the second ball. This usually makes him spit out the one he has so that he can get the new one.
Repeat this exercise 4 more times for a total of 5 throws. For each throw, observe the fervor with which the dog moves after the toy.
There you go. Woo!
And then what he does once he's at the toy.
There you go. Good job.
Once the dog possesses the toy, you can praise the dog and show enthusiasm.
Yay! That's a good thing, huh?
On the score sheet, mark the description that best matches the behavior you observed for each throw.
Good girl.
This dog earns the highest score, a 3.
Very nice, yes. Okay, that first round was a 3 behavior, totally focused for it, skittering, and her eyes are dilated. She's showing that she really wants it by all this extra vocalization. Not just wanted it, she was manic for it. Get that, yeah.
Here's a dog that scores a little differently.
Yes. Okay, good. Ready? He went for the toy, he liked that it was moving, but he didn't even care to pick it up. Didn't want it? No. So he scored 1, and on the second time that we did it, he scored a 1 because he went for it, picked it up, and then quickly dropped it to smell something else that was more interesting. Get that toy!
If after the 5 throws the dog scores mostly 0s and 1s, then you're done with the evaluation. This dog may still be destined for greatness, but not as a conservation detection dog.
Ooh, Snuffle Buddy's over there. Next, we want to see how interested the dog is in the ball, even when it's not moving.
Conservation detection dogs should be eager to possess the toy, even without the prey drive that's triggered by
Out
movement.
this time. Okay.
This time, hold the dog by the collar. Let her see the ball as it's thrown and where it lands. Wait until the ball stops moving, then release her.
Good girl. Very good girl, you wanted that.
Do this 4 more times, selecting the behavior for each throw on your score sheet that most closely matches what you are seeing from the dog. In your scoring, take into consideration the resistance the dog gives you while you're holding on to its collar.
Good girl. Good girl. Bring right here. Okay, she really wanted it. She went for it directly, but she wasn't quaking or pulling against the collar, so that was a 2 behavior. Okay, got it.
Pulling or trying to get away is a high-scoring behavior. Remember, don't verbally encourage the dog to retrieve the ball during these exercises.
Good girl, but when she gets it, I can be happy for her. Very nice.
At this point, you've thrown the ball 10 times for the dog. Have the scores remained consistent? Or has interest waned over the course of the 10 throws?
You were pulling against me that time.
Conservation detection dogs must stay interested throughout the game, not just when it's new. Your score sheet will capture this information.
Let's set up our little island of chairs right here.
For this test, we need an obstacle. Use whatever's convenient or create one of your own.
Now we want to assess the dog's interest in searching and his willingness to contend with something that's in his way.
Once again, hold the dog while you throw the ball, but this time throw it into an obstacle. Make sure the dog sees the ball being thrown into the obstacle, and make sure it lands in a place that is not too easy to get. Hold on to the dog for 30 seconds, and then release her.
Very nice. Good girl.
This dog readily seeks the toy without encouragement, and is not fazed by the obstacle.
So yeah, she was completely undeterred by that and wanted the ball and went for it. So scored a 3 on that one. Good girl.
This dog reacts to the obstacle a little differently.
You can do it. Get that thing. Get it. Okay, she's needing some encouragement to get it. She knows where it is.
The obstacle slows her down.
Good girl.
But she ultimately ends up with the toy.
Good girl. She got the ball. She figured it out. She's a little tentative around the obstacle, so that was a 2. All right, nicely done. Yes, I do have another one there. We've seen the dog search before, but now we're really going to look at her search drive by having her try to find something that she's not even sure is out there.
Have the timer ready, because we're going to have the dog search for up to 2 minutes. Show the dog you have the ball. Hold her collar and cover her eyes so she can't see the ball being thrown. Unless you're really coordinated, you might need the help of your data recorder for this one. Throw the ball so it lands out of sight. The harder to find, the better, because you want to observe her search tenacity for up to 2 minutes. You can release the dog as soon as the ball stops moving.
Okay, let's go find it. Yeah,
Now you should encourage the dog to get her started,
yeah, let's go find it.
because she's not really sure it's out there.
Let's go find it.
Then only continue to encourage her if she gives up the search.
If you encourage the dog, keep track of how many times you do that, because that'll be part of the scoring.
The dog may or may not find the toy during this exercise.
Okay, and she searched for 2 minutes and kept it up and didn't find it, but that's okay. She doesn't have to find it. Just that long of a search, and she really wanted to keep searching. That's great, so that she scores a 3.
For this test, we're just observing her willingness to keep searching for the toy. After all of this searching and retrieving, we want a dog who is still interested in possessing the toy.
Okay, let's go find it. Where did it go? Come on, let's go find it. Where is it? Up, 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 up. Where did it go? She's requiring a lot of encouragement to continue the find, and then she got distracted on the way as well. Distracted again. Pixie, where is it? Up, 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 up. Let's go find it.
Remember to note how much encouragement you use to keep the dog on task.
Sidelined by distraction. Oh no. Up, 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 up. There it is, get it. What, you found it, but you didn't want it. Okay, so she needed a lot of encouragement, but she also is very distracted, found the ball, didn't want the ball, so she doesn't pick it up. She leaves it there, so that's a score of a 1.
1? Okay.
Okay, go find it.
If the dog finds the toy in under 15 seconds, then it was too easy to get, and you should redo the exercise.
You're now done with the interactive portion of the evaluation, but there's other important qualities that you want to capture on the score sheet. These aren't assigned point values. This just gives some insight into the personality and the style of the dog, and that's going to be relevant to the trainer who's searching for a dog. Use your experience, not just from this evaluation, but also from your regular intake evaluation to complete the rest of the information on the form.
Here, you record things like how the dog responds to the handler. Comment on eye contact, ease of getting attention, and maintaining engagement. Play style looks at how the dog behaves when she is holding the toy.
That's fun, huh? Good job. Okay.
Returns and readily drops.
Oh, good dad. Good dad. Yes, that's very good. Up, 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 up. Yay!
Returns but does not drop. Engages in tug.
Oh, good boy.
Or maintains possession but plays keep away from the handler.
A little bit of keep away. The remaining attributes you likely assessed during your intake evaluation.
Here's where you comment on things such as the dog's nerve strength, like its reaction to loud noises.
There you go.
Resource guarding. Comfort with strangers.
Come in.
Hi, doggy. How are you?
Food interest.
There you go.
And response to an unfamiliar dog.
If your intake assessment didn't cover these items, then go to the Rescues to the Rescue website where we've linked to these exercises.
The results of the evaluation will give you a numerical score for the dog, with 36 possible points. A dog scoring 31 to 36 points is a strong candidate with an assertive, fast, and physical style. The dog is characterized by an intense, even manic interest in the toy, which is maintained over time, and he readily overcomes impediments and distractions. He will stay motivated through training, but he may be too powerful for some soft handlers and may be challenging in some home environments. He may have trouble working in close or detailed searches. Dogs scoring 24 to 30 points are also strong candidates, but with more controlled intensity and focus. This dog is characterized by a consistent and enduring interest in the toy. She easily overcomes impediments and distractions, but with a bit less mania than the higher scoring dogs. She might be called more polite, and she is manageable by a wide range of handler styles and experience levels. A dog scoring a 22 or 23 may be a potential candidate if the trainer is particularly drawn to qualities that came out during the evaluation. This dog is interested in the toy, but maintaining motivation and focus throughout the training is more likely to be a challenge.
You want to do something with ball?
A dog in this score range needs an additional description included about why it's a good candidate.
Yes. Okay.
Dogs scoring 21 points or less aren't likely to be interested in conservation detection work and aren't recommended as candidates.
Didn't want it? No?
The training process is repetitive, and these dogs aren't interested enough in the toy to stick with it.
What about the ball?
Nothing exciting is happening out there. It's all happening here. This evaluation doesn't assess all of the attributes that a conservation detection dog needs to have. For example, they have to have great work ethic and the ability to focus on the task at hand. These traits will emerge during training.
About half of the dogs who embark on conservation detection dog training won't ultimately want the job. But the one-to-one training and focus benefits the dog and often helps the dog become more grounded and more adoptable. Your evaluation is complete and you have a strong or excellent candidate. What do you do now? Join the Rescues to the Rescue website. Complete the requested information and post the evaluation video and picture of the dog. Please support the Rescues to the Rescue program by donating on the site. You will also find more information about the program and links to other organizations helping to match dogs with careers. Also, please visit WD4C and IFAW's websites. At WD4C.org, you can see the kind of work that conservation detection dogs do. At IFAW.org, you can find information about all the animal welfare campaigns they support. Every dog deserves a home that will appreciate his talents, and there are so many who would be great conservation detection dogs, but have yet to be connected with people who would appreciate their quirky attributes.
Thank you for taking the time to learn about this assessment and for all that you do every day to help dogs find homes. From Working Dogs for Conservation and the International Fund for Animal Welfare, we thank you.